Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Doors of Trithius, shall we? Continuing our complete beginner's guide with our fantastic squire wearing a bucket on his head. Alright, so let's go ahead and zoom out and just take a look at the map. And you see we have some uncovered territory here, a few doors to the north and south to explore. So let's continue on this path. We're done with this library. We're working on swords. We do have a focus point in swords, which is pretty tempting, but I probably want an ability over a passive at this moment. Actually, I know I do. And we'll open the door. Okay. I'm going to start walking with the directional pad. And here comes a guy up here. So I'll step back and just kind of let him move over here. And let's see. I'll duelist advance to this tile. And he moves in. And then, I'll just hit him. He hit me back. I'm going to actually just use my swing. And he resisted it. Boom. Now we're at level 3 blades. And now he's gone. Pretty darn good. Alright, so we were just looking at that. Masteries, swords, blades are up to 3. So last time we leveled up and we got Arcing Blade. And we could keep going, looking for focus points to get Debilitating Slash would be an active ability. Or we could say, hey, I want to boost a passive. And that's also very tempting. Every stance with 7 turn duration. Enter a stance with gaining 12 dodge and 20 movement. Interesting. But would that override my Knight's Grace? Or I'm sorry, my On Guard. This just says defensive posture, so it doesn't seem like it's mutually exclusive from fancy footwork. That's kind of tempting. Boy, there's a lot of options here. Shield Bash, Arcing Blade. This reduces the cost by 5%. That's actually not bad. I think I'm going to save up, though. I think I'm going to keep going with this. I'm not, in a point where I really feel like I need to get some more abilities. It would be nice, but, it's not mandatory. My health is not full. Okay, hit him. Hit him. And then we'll Arcing Slash here. Kill one. Got them both. Loot all. Loot all. Alright. I'm going to eat something. Right-click that to eat it, just to kind of get my health regen going a bit here. There's a bear trap. And here's another kind of library room, but there's a couple of null defenders. You'll see a ton of these null defenders on these levels, and I'm just going to push spacebar and wait at this choke point so that I can try to fight one at a time, if possible. Let me put back on guard. It went off. And duelist advance to here. Now I'm not going to be fighting one at a time, but it's going to take a while for the other guy to get over here. By that time, we should be able to do Arcing Blade. Finally kill one of them. Taking some damage here. And all of our energy is spent. But we got it. Alright, great. Close that door. And honestly, you can just stand here, just hold spacebar down. You might get hungry eventually. Yep, we did, but we just eat the carrot and then just hold spacebar down and work through the turns, get our health back. No problem. Eat another carrot, get our health back up. There we go. Alright. I'm going to put On Guard back on, open a door. And we can go in here and just see. Yep, there's some more books. There's a burnt book. There's a gold ring. That's nice. And, another study bench. I'm going to put on this gold ring. What is the burnt book? It's unreadable. I guess we can just sell it or, you know, maybe use it as a crafting thing. Well, here's a bed for us. Bandages and bread. That's amazing. And we got some clay and an iguana tail. I'm just going to kind of finish out mapping this whole area to make sure that I don't miss anything. Zoom out. We look good. I'm going to press to the east and then move into this southern section. Okay, that's the way down. All right, we got a spider egg fiasco. We've been webbed. I'm going to move in. Ah, darn. All right. Go ahead and duelist advance to here. Slash. Shield bash. Oh, gear maintenance. Uh-oh, we're going to have to check that out. That's a bad sign. We're double poisoned, by the way, which is the way of it with spiders. We'll loot this. And we need to go down here even before we deal with the poison, unfortunately, because I want to take out that thing so it doesn't spawn anymore. So let's first look about gear maintenance. Your ceremonial saber, which is right here, has become worn. If it continues to degrade, eventually it will become damaged, reducing its effectiveness. We can repair it at workbenches if we have the right materials. So let's go look for that. And we also need to drink an antidote, unfortunately. I don't believe we have any more tea. We can just go ahead and sort by consumables to get only food visible. Alright, I will apply an antidote. Oh, we got a simple hatchet, but it's broken. Alright. Oh boy, I stepped into a bear trap. That was smart. Healing. Exploration is never safe. You've taken serious damage. Eating food is the primary way to gain health. It is. Alright, get off this square. Well, let's bandage ourselves, okay? And then now, I need to eat bread. I'm just going to run back. I was just trying to go upstairs, but I forgot the AI pathing does not avoid bear traps, so you just got to, you know, be smarter about it than me. Let's just see what it would take to try to repair our gear. So I know we need to repair our weapon, or try to, and when you have a weapon that starts to, you know, be losing durability, you'll get this kind of yellow hammer icon underneath the piece of equipment, and it's time to fix it. So you can go to one of these workbenches and say, all right, can I repair this? And to repair the ceremonial saber, I would need 2 pieces of scrap metal. All right, so what I can do is I can salvage the simple hatchet, and it will give me 1 scrap metal, okay? And then I can also salvage the makeshift shield, but it won't get me any more scrap metal. So it's kind of scary. So what I'm going to have to do is push R and switch over to using this pickaxe. I'm not thrilled about it, but I don't want my ceremonial saber to become damaged, because that's much more difficult to deal with. And you'll get a red hammer when it becomes damaged. I believe it's actually unusable, or something to that effect. It might not be that devastating, but I'm pretty sure it is. And it's harder to repair. So we want to just use this pickaxe. That's why it's really nice to just not dismantle everything. At least give yourself a backup weapon for this purpose. So, you know what a good idea is? I'm going to go up. I'm just going to show you right here. If I click on this fountain, what it does. Now, normally you want to save these fountains, but I don't have a problem doing it right here. I'm just going to click on this, and you can see that we gain 20 health. Now, it gives you 20 health, and it also, unless it's been changed, it does heal some of your status ailments. Alright, let's go ahead and use the cooking station. We don't know any recipes, unfortunately, because when we look at our skills, we never actually discovered cooking. So once we do that, we can, you know, get some recipes. Alright, and time to then just go ahead and go back down. continue exploring. All right, this is where we left off, and I'll go down here. Okay, here comes the Null Defender, and let's just see how many are out here. So far, just the one. All right. Now, it's important to pay attention that my Shield Bash and my Duelist Advance are both not able to be used because I don't have a shield or a sword. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on guard anyway, and we'll just kind of push spacebar and wait for this guy and try to hit him with this big pickaxe, and we will, we'll eventually kill it, but we do get hit. And again, you can just right click and say eat the bread, and then hold down the spacebar until you just eat the bread. It'll speed up time rapidly, and you can see we're almost fully healed. All right, I am not going to mess with these plants right now. I'd kind of like to, but the problem is I don't want to get poisoned. All right, we got a couple of friends coming in, and we'll just push spacebar, try to hit him. We're really slow with this. We're not very great with it, but we just leveled up. So there we go. Spacebar, spacebar. We can use our arcing blade still works, even though we're using a pickaxe, and we kill it, and then we'll close the door. And let's go ahead and find a bed. I think there's one on this level, actually. Yeah. Let me just click on this. The bear traps are sprung, so there's no disaster of me walking through one at the moment. And we're going to go deep sleep and level up. All right. And we've got a skill point. So what do we want? Well, there's some good choices. Quarter Mastery will help with our gear maintenance. Loot Organization, so we can carry more. That's pretty nice, to be honest. I'm going to go Botany. And I'm fine with this. I like Botany because it helps you harvest things. So we just say we continue, and then we go to our skills. And then with Botany, we have a focus point. And we need 2 focus points to get Careful Hands, but that's definitely what we want. Careful Hands says minus 50% chance of a critical failure when failing to harvest a plant. So it's much less likely that you'll get blown up and poisoned. Okay, so let's go down here. We have a fountain. We can test this out. I will get some stinkhorn, and we failed to harvest. And we can get this, and this. Fail. Great. All right, so you can retry when you fail. And every time we did that, by the way, notice that our Botany slowly went up. So I kind of want Botany so that we can make medicine. It'll help us just, make some things. And actually, we have 2 focus points here. So we could learn how to make antidotes if we wanted, and we do. So now I can make an antidote if I go to the proper station with Neurine and Spider Fangs. And you'll see, if I go to crafting, I have 2 Spider Fangs and 6 Neurine. So I can actually go ahead and make myself an antidote. Well, this isn't ideal, but we are definitely in a great spot here to at least craft some potions and maybe eventually find a piece of scrap metal to get our ceremonial saber back online. So I do not think that there is the right workbench. Now there's not for me here. I need to find an alchemical workstation. So we'll go up. And I need to go up again. This is a workbench for repairing, which is great, but we need to find... this is a cooking station. This door is locked. Oh. Well? No. There's gotta be one, doesn't there? Oh, I guess I'm getting it mixed up in my mind that we had found one of these. Well, eventually we'll find one. In my experience, in the starter dungeon, you will find every different type of crafting station that you need. eventually to at least unlock the skills for you. So let's go over here, and I'll zoom back in, and we'll just kind of continue moving around. It's not like, we still have an antidote, and we're not poisoned. So we're okay for the moment. All right. There's some leather. Here we go. Here's an axe. So this axe will allow us to, first of all, we could just equip the axe, but we could also break this down and repair our ceremonial saber. And I think that I'm going to do that simply for the science of it, just to demonstrate, see how well we do. It's worn, right? But sometimes in roguelikes, you don't have to do this. You can keep whatever weapons that you find. And the cool thing about this game, too, is that you train whatever you're doing. Kind of like Skyrim or whatever. And you're not bound by a class or even your starting package to certain weapon types or anything like that. So, I am building up axes by using this pickaxe. Like, things are happening here when I use it. It's not like I can't use it. I just have to retrain it. But to keep the progress and the abilities that I've unlocked, that's when it becomes a little bit problematic. So if I salvage from this splitting axe, I'll actually get plenty of scrap metal from this. The splitting axe is actually very good, but it's also two-handed. You know what the question, though, is it better than my pickaxe? Let's see what this says. You know what? I don't know if they've added any prospecting in this game, and if you can actually dig for ore. So because of that, they update the game a lot. There's a lot of different systems, and maybe they have, some kind of mining for ore, and I want a pickaxe. So I was thinking about just keeping the splitting axe if it were a better weapon, but I'm actually going to salvage it, and then I'm going to repair my ceremonial saber. So it says right here it requires 2 scrap metal, and I have 3, and if I repair it, you'll see that it's no longer worn. And then at this point, I can simply push R and just swap back to my sword. And I feel a lot better with my sword on. I've got my shield bash, I've got my ability to block, I can duelist advance, I'm, training swords again, so this was a good find. Alright, let's go down here and just continue to explore. Oh, luckily we missed that. That would have been a disaster. Okay, here's a treasure box. And a bag with some cabbage. Oh, fantastic. Well, now we found a better weapon to switch to, which is the battered heavy crossbow. So, it's clunky, it's two-handed, but I'm going to... you see you automatically unlock the archery skill. No, go back to weapons. Equip this, but then... No. Here we go. Wait a minute. Equip this, and then... move. I guess what you want to do is just equip this and then push R. And I keep thinking you can drag your weapon down to this paper doll, but you really can't. You just click and it equips. So let me make sure I have my shield on. Okay, there we go. So what you want to do is just equip something and then push R to slide it over to the alternate slot, and then you're good to go. Now we do have bolts, okay? So if I push R and I want to shoot this, I've just... you have a new command on your hotbar for reloading your crossbow. So you just push... and it says requires bolts to be equipped. Oh, right. So I'm going to need to put bolts, just left-click them, and then they go down here into your inventory slot, and then we can push R. The bolts will stay down here in your ammunition slot, but they don't do anything to you. They don't bother you. But this will give us the ability to pull things at range, which is very, very nice. I love this. Just do some stuff while the enemy is approaching. Alright, so let's check out these doors over here that we have missed, and here's a dude. So we could even, right now, if we wanted to, try out our new weapon, but it takes so many turns. It takes a turn to swap, it takes a turn to reload, it takes a turn to swap back. So you really have to be mindful of that. I'm going to actually step here and step here, and he's going to step in, and I'm going to duelist advance to right here. Spacebar. Okay, well. We're fighting. He put the bleed on us, unfortunately. We killed him. And I will duelist advance to here. Boy, double bleed. Brutal. So this means that we need to use a bandage on ourselves because we're taking, a lot of damage over time. Now, we could try to just heal through this. Like, I could try to eat the cabbage and just wait until these bleeds become less severe. And then eat another cabbage and then just hold this down and wait. And they're not going away. That's not happening. It's sad. All right, let's click on this fountain. And you'll see that, okay, one of our bleeds got healed. So the fountain healed us and removed one of the bleeds, but not both. But that's still pretty good. And so we can eat the onion and just wait, and maybe eventually this bleed will go away. It says there's a small chance to remove itself over time, right? So that's not great. But we can always learn how to make bandages with our medicine skill eventually. All right, and let's see here. That looks like it's it. That looks like we're at the end. And look, the bleed did finally go away. I was being very, very cautious with it because I only have 2 bandages, so I'm just being stingy. Now, you can eat a raw potato, like raw vegetables you can eat. I'm just going to stand here and heal. And we could eat a carrot. Just stand here and heal, holding down the space bar. I'm going to walk to the staircase, and I'm going to eat another berry and just let that go. Eat the berry. We're almost there. Okay. And I'll eat a carrot, and we're just about at full health. This is good enough. So I'm going to go down and open the door. And there is an orb down here. Okay, interesting. So what happens if we touch this? It breaks, and we've got a new quest called Ascension. Okay? So you can now click on the quest tab, and it says Ascension. I found an Ascension fragment in an ancient temple. I should ask around to see if anyone knows more. So now we have like a bit of a quest to get some lore. So we need to find somebody to show this fragment to. All right? And as you come down here, you find a chest. And look at all this. We got apple pie, the carpenter's hammer, a splint, and a bucket helmet. Loot it all. So this is a randomized chest that you'll get when you complete the starter dungeon, basically. And then it says escaping. You found the treasure. Press B to escape. You can escape dungeons at any time, so long as no enemies are nearby. And this is kind of what I was telling you about earlier. You can always push B to escape, even if you just want to start a new character and don't do this dungeon. But I think that this dungeon is worthwhile. Although, what I said before did not appear to come to fruition, as I did not find an alchemical table. And usually they're kind of by where the plants are that you can harvest. But in this case, there isn't one in here. Now, there's some locked doors that I didn't go through because I can't. But, it is indeed random. So that's something that I'd like to have so that I can actually make my own antidotes. Feel free to just kind of, walk back through the dungeon, make sure that you collected all of the loot that's available. And we got a bucket helmet, but we already had that. So the good stuff that we got would be the carpenter's hammer. If you wanted to switch to maces, okay. And that's about it. We need some body armor really badly. We don't have any. Let me just double check. Like, did I miss anything? I don't think so. Okay, great. Well, then we're done. Let's push B. And we're in the wilderness. It says, be warned, traveling in the wilderness is not always safe. You can right-click a tile to see its danger level or check the overlay buttons on the bottom right. Okay, so now check this out. Look at this. This blew my mind when I first played the game, which is that I couldn't believe that there was an overworld, okay? So we can enable the overlay. I like to have this on, especially if I'm new. So what this does is you can see it puts these skulls out all over the map, and it goes from severity like green and yellowish to being not so bad, brown and orangish to being worse, and red to being like really scary. But you can also stay on the road, all right? And you can explore to explore locations on the tile if you want. Here is your travel weariness. So this is in the bottom center of the UI on the ribbon. There's this orb. It says 0%, and it says as you travel, your weariness will increase. At 100% weariness, you'll pass out and wake up somewhere nearby with a random negative event occurring. You can reduce this by spending time in town, sleeping in a bed, or using special items and skills. So our weariness is 0 right now, but if we move from the mountains, it'll go up. And we get some resistance. It's easier to move on the road tile and our level. So I'm actually going to go this way because I want to get to a town. I'm just kind of following the road. There, you see there's no danger on the road. And I'm just going to follow the road. I saw that there was like a crossroads down here, so I want to explore this. And there's actually 2 towns. So I'm just going to click on this town. You see our weariness going up, and we found the town of Nurton. This safely guarded settlement serves as a trading hub to the surrounding farms and hamlets. It's a medium size. Its faction is humans, and its reputation, or our reputation, is a stranger to them. Okay? So let's go ahead and enter the location, and boom. We found ourselves a town. Look how cool this is. There's shops, all right? There you can buy food. You could buy armor. You can repair stuff. There's all sorts of different shops. There's an inn that you can stay at. And then there's this job board that gives you quests that you can do. Some of these are timed. Some of these are unlimited, okay? And you can see how much gold they're going to give you. Now, some of them are like, okay, go kill a gremlin chief. And this one is just like, deliver something, and we're going to give you money. So you can do a variety of different quests. I'm going to go up here, and hey, look, there's people to talk to. And this guy says, don't cause trouble. And Osvin the civilian, have you ever seen a golem? They're real, I swear it. Okay. And we can go in here, and this is where adventurers are meeting. You can right-click on people to get a description. So we can talk to Quelvon, the innkeeper. And do you have any rooms for rent? He says, we have a room. It includes a bed and chest for your items. It's 10 gold a day or 50 gold for 7 days. Okay, well, when you're looking at myself, all right, I only have 9 gold. So I can't even afford a room. What do you have to trade? So what we need to do is like try to sell stuff. So click what do you have for trade, and you can see what he sells. He sells you bread and food and stuff. But unfortunately, he'll only buy food. So we need to go to somebody who will buy some of the stuff that we have. Now, these books might be worth money, okay? So let's go down here. We have to wait for this person to get out of the way, sadly. There they go. I'm going to go down to this shop with a quill on it and see if I can just offload any of my books. Now, check this out, too. In town, this is what I was looking for. You can go to the bookshelf and you can loot stuff. This is not stealing in town. So take everything that you can, and you're cool. And then the different workshops will be in whatever shop in the town supplies like what you're looking for, perhaps. So you could find a cooking station, you can find a study bench, etc. Let's go ahead and talk to this dude. You must be new here. Plenty of books in stock. Just let me know what you need. And then you have the quest, so you can ask about the Artifact of Ascension, and he says, yes, the Eye of Ascension. Ever since the king disappeared, it's been missing. The artifact has broken to fragments. What? Where'd you hear that? Such a thing would be impossible. Why, if the artifact were broken into fragments, the whole kingdom would be flooded with magic. What else can you tell me? And I'm not a scholar. Okay, thanks, but I can trade. And you see how we need money? Well, guess what? He's going to buy stuff. Now, this is a choice that you have to make. You can store these things in the inn, in your chest, or you can say, I'm not going to get into reading with this character and sell stuff. Now, right now, I don't plan on getting into reading, okay? It would require, me leveling up. It's very good, but it might be a nice way for me to make some money. So I can, stay in the inn, etc. Now, I could sell parchment, okay? But I don't want to sell any of my cooking recipes or anything like that. But I definitely might want to sell my books. But before you commit, you can go around. You can see how much we'll get for these extra weapons that we've got. You can see here's the workbench, and we can check in his barrel. It's empty. What about his box? He's got some gold. Fantastic. And he has a lump of coal. And let's go here. He's the blacksmith. So what do you have to trade? And you can see what he'll buy from us. He'll buy our carpenter's hammer. I will sell that. He'll buy arrows from us. We don't have a bow, so that might be a wise thing to sell. But they sell for nothing, so there's that to deal with. All right. Now we have 13 gold. Oh, you got to click accept before it's a done deal. Okay. So now we're actually up to, let me check our gold. Yeah, 33 gold. So we can easily stay in the inn. So from this point, what you're going to want to do, and I'm actually going to go over here, just double check, see if indeed, this is just loot everybody up. The general merchant, you need it, we got it. What do you have to trade? So this guy is cool because, as you can see, he'll buy and sell almost everything, but be aware that just like in Stone Shard, his sale rates are not as good as the appropriate vendor. So he's not going to give us as much for these books as the scribe will give. So, beware that you want to sell things to the right merchant. All right, and here we go. Here's that alchemical brewing station. All right, fantastic. The alchemy skill has been discovered. Now, we go to skills, antidote recipe. So we found the brewing station, but we don't have the ability to actually make, I forgot about this, we don't get to make our antidotes until we unlock alchemy to even use this. We have the recipe, but we can't use this until we unlock the skill. So again, this is a good argument for being more versatile. Now we can take these bard's notes and sell them, but you can also talk to the apothecary proprietor, and you can identify potions, and he'll do it. He'll identify all of them for 30 gold, and I will pay that. And we ended up with what kind of potions? Go here. We have a draft of haste and a focus potion. Okay. So, that's interesting, but we can also then now sell these, for the money that we paid. We could sell the items that we've gathered if we'd like, and we can buy ourselves antidotes, bandages, things that are really important for traveling. So what you want to do at this point in the game is start in the town, find a quest that you want, or you could just go around exploring on your own, but just make some money, get your equipment stronger. I'd love to buy some chest armor, sell items you don't think you need. You're going to have to stay in the inn to reduce your weariness, and work on figuring out what kind of path you want to take. Loot every single thing in the town, explore it, talk to the people, see what's available to buy and sell, and just get a feel for now the new transition in the game from the starter dungeon to town living and going dungeon diving and exploring new locations. I mean, the game at this point has really opened up, and I think this is a good place to leave this starter guide, because what we've done is we basically showed how to play the game, how to level up, and all of the whole starter dungeon, and now the town, which I don't want to spoil it. I want you to explore and have fun, but look how many new choices we have. And, you know, there's actually NPCs to interact with. There's quests to do. There's jobs and missions to take. There's vendors to buy and sell from that give varying prices. We can learn new skills. We can get things identified. We can gear up. We can continue building our character, and it's so much fun. So, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this series on the Doors of Trithius, and you're ready at this point to enjoy the game and explore the wide world on your own. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.